You're listening to I Know All About That with Joe and Curtis.
I don't need anybody else's opinion. I know what I'm talking about
There's a lot of confidence there.
because it's me. Suck it up, buttercup, and let's do it.
Well,
Can they do that?
maybe we don't know all about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. We're
Got
back.
another episode. You know what I never realized? We don't ever introduce ourselves. Because we made this originally thinking that,
People knew us.
well, no, I think we kind of anticipated that a lot of like friends and family would watch, and they do,
Yeah.
so they all know us. But we also have a ton of people watching that aren't friends and family. Well, they're friends now, friends of the show,
Yeah, friends of the show.
friends of the show. But I'm Curtis,
And I'm Joe.
yeah, and we're Joe and Curtis.
Which one's which? That's your test question.
Yeah, you looking at the screen over here?
Yeah. I'm trying, but how come I'm not moving?
You are moving every
Okay.
time you move.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay,
You're Curtis and I'm Joe.
that's right.
Okay.
And we really appreciate everyone watching the show.
Yeah. We appreciate that.
It's been awesome lately. We've had a lot of good responses from people watching the show. Tons of downloads, tons of views on social media. People love the social clips. So we really appreciate it. The trivia episodes have gone over really well. People have found out that you don't know how to play trivia, and then I can't spell. That's what they've learned.
I can play trivia.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes I just let you win sometimes. I mean, I'm not really down in a bucket where I can't figure it out. I know what I'm doing. I know all about
Well,
that stuff. I know
yeah.
about that trivia. Okay.
Well, you should start taking it seriously for the next time around.
Yeah.
We've got a third trivia episode that's been recorded that hasn't been released yet, so we'll let that out soon. I don't want to spoil anything, but all I'm saying is when we start recording the next trivia episodes, you need to pick up your game.
Well, curiosity's going to kill a cat because cat's going to get out of the bag and you're going to see that I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to move into the first segment of the show where we look back at comments and questions and things like that from previous episodes. By the way, if you're listening to the show right now, we highly recommend that you watch the show. It's a lot more
Entertaining.
I think it's a lot more entertaining to watch it because Dad is a very visually expressive individual.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
express myself very well.
Yeah, individually. So,
Yeah. So,
visually. Yeah. So, if you're wondering, he keeps looking over here because there's a monitor over here, and he's imagining you, the audience, as this monitor. This is a reference, so I can see that we're recording, that the camera's working the way it should be, and also so I can put things up on the screen like this.
well, then I can't see myself.
No, but we'll go back to it.
Okay.
All right, I've got a
Okay.
meme for you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what a meme is?
Yeah, some kind of cartoon thing.
Do you want to read that for the people? You can't see that? Dad, that's pretty bad. I got that blown.
How do you like my help me?
Okay, you can go ahead and you can lean back. So look at yourself. Okay. So the meme says, "How do you like my secret fishing spot?" And it's got two guys sitting at a lake with a bunch of poles in the water. And below it says, "It's really cool. Not even the fish know about it." What's that remind you of?
Well, it could remind me of a lot of times, but the last times when we took my grandson fishing, we didn't catch any fish.
Yeah, we went on a camping trip. We didn't even see any fish.
Oh, they were in there. We just didn't get the right spot.
We went on a camping trip.
They were there.
And back in the fall of 2022, and with my son, and then obviously Grandpa Joe went.
Yeah.
And it went back to his old stomping grounds, and he was really excited because he's like, "I'm going to take you to the lake I fished in all the time. It's going to be great." And there are no fish in that water.
There's fish in that water. You just got to know where to look, and you probably have to have a boat. And then most time I didn't have to have a boat. I just cast out the old line.
So you're saying you didn't know where to look?
No, I knew where to look.
Well, how come you didn't take us to those spots?
Well, those are secret spots.
Not even your grandson. Can know
Well,
about it.
with my grandson only, I would take him.
But not me. I
No,
ruined
because
that.
I'd have to walk a different area and stuff, and you probably wouldn't let him walk there, but I would. It's a little bit.
Well, based on your track record, I don't think you should be walking in any precarious places anyway.
it could be all right.
We've had a hard time recording lately because not too long ago, Dad fell and had a concussion, severe concussion. We talked through that.
Stop. A concussion is a concussion.
John Madden says blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. I've heard that over and over.
Concussion.
It was a severe concussion because guess what? You have to have cataract surgery because you knocked your eyeballs out of position.
Yeah, I guess you could say. They're kind of confused.
And then even more recently, Mom had to go to the hospital for some emergency surgery stuff. So that's why you got 2 trivia episodes in a row. Thankfully, we had those recorded.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at some comments here.
But Mom's doing okay.
Mom is doing great.
She's
she's tough.
She's getting better.
She's recovering well.
Yes, she is. She's getting ready to go back to school, which starts Monday.
That's right. You guys
It
were
won't
on.
matter if I tell you that.
They don't know what it could be any day to them.
I was going to say Monday.
I don't even know when I'm putting this out. Okay. Speaking of putting out episodes and continuing on this show,
Blouse is falling.
I've got to. Do you want me to put the comments up on the screen? Can you read that?
It's a good.
Okay, you can't.
That's
That's
all
all
right.
right.
I can, but it
That's
takes me a
okay.
little bit. I can
That's okay.
squint.
This comment is from Instagram. It's from user 21302.
Are they in prison or something? Is that why they give numbers? It's from prisoner 21234.
I don't know why.
But that's okay. They won't give names. I wouldn't give names either.
Yeah. Anyways,
We got fake names here, Joe and Curtis.
you ready for this comment?
I'm ready.
This guy said, "It's not a good idea to continue this podcast. It will never go anywhere. Go make some money."
Well, everybody's a legend in their own mind. I guess that's okay. First of all, we just started out doing this just for the heck of it, and we'll just let it take us where it takes us, and wherever that is.
Well, I mean, he'd be glad to know that we have a pretty cool couple sponsors lined up to start with us here in the next couple months, and we'll get into that in a future episode. We're working through it right now.
We had one when we first started after a day and a half, so it's
Yeah.
not like we're in the cookie jar with no cookies.
That was more of a test, but this guy said go make some money, so we're going to go make some money with the podcast.
Yeah. We're in
All
a
right.
cookie jar with no cookies. That's pretty good. Nobody's ever heard that.
Probably not.
The Indian out of the cupboard got them all, so he's
Yeah.
okay. Go ahead.
So, yeah, we covered the context of the Indian in the cupboard. It was a movie.
Yeah. And it's a
But
book.
you didn't mention
it was a
that.
book.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, let's move on. I don't want to get into that again.
You don't have to.
Okay,
You don't
well,
know
I
all
don't.
about that.
All right. Instagram. Let's not do that. Let's not. Golly.
Tonto.
Okay, that's good. All right. Moving on. Instagram user Blades0913. Okay. He says, "I listen to a podcast for either entertainment or learning and knowledge. This doesn't fit either one. Just useless facts."
Well, okay.
Well, buddy, you called it a fact, so technically that's knowledge. That's how I look at it. He said useless facts, and he said facts. He's the one that said it, not me.
Well, maybe he's just higher up than we are, and we don't realize that. But we're just being ourselves. I'm being myself. You ask a question, I answer it, and it's just for entertainment for me. It's not really. And if you can't figure that out, entertainment. I mean, I'm entertaining,
Yeah, you are.
and I could do a lot more things.
Speaking of entertaining, the on Instagram at Canadian Talk with Stefan podcast said, "Great clip, man. You're a genius."
Yeah,
Who do you think he was talking to?
you, because I'm not a genius. You're the one doing all the technical work. I'm just sitting here answering
People love the
questions.
clips, though. People love the clips.
Yeah,
Clips do really well.
I'm just sitting here answering questions.
By the way, we mainly get positive comments, but I do like
Yeah.
to pull some of those negative ones out and read them to you just to see your reaction.
And I don't even think they're negative. I just think they're stupid.
There you go. It's a good perspective to have. Okay, you remember the Moron Cup video? Speaking of clips.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, do you have a Moron Cup?
I have the Moron Cup right here.
I've got
Here's
my
my
video
Moron
cup.
Cup right here. This moron's going to take a drink of the Moron Cup.
All right.
Okay.
And What is that napkin back there?
That's my trick.
I'm nervous. Okay. Anyways, at Clayton Delaney on TikTok said,
I remember when Clayton Delaney died. That must be a relative. I remember the day that Clayton Delaney died.
that's okay. Well, all right.
Tom T. Hall.
Okay. I don't know anything that you just said there. That's a good reference, though. You pulled that out of the distant past. Okay, this comment. It says, I'm sorry.
What?
It says, Dad's about a half step behind, and that's why we love him.
Well, maybe there. I remember things.
That's not what it's saying.
I'm a little slow is what it's saying.
Yeah.
I got it. But do you remember?
When Clayton Delaney died?
Yeah.
I do not.
I remember the day that Clayton Delaney died.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
You gotta quit tapping on the table, man. There's people listening. They don't know what's going on.
Well, can't they see it?
Some people just listen to the show. I don't know if you know that or not. Not everybody's watching.
Well, you need to tune in.
I agree. Okay, ready for the next segment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Light it up there.
I wonder. That's the most important question to which I hope to find an answer.
These are quick topics,
Okay.
so we don't have to spend a long time on them. We may, but these are topics that people bring up. So thank you, listeners, for submitting some stuff. Also,
Thank
stuff
you,
that
educated listeners, for bringing those up instead of you don't want to really hear anything. Go ahead.
that was a random shot at
It
some
sure
listeners
was.
that-
It sure was a shot.
Okay, what about this? Class basketball. How do you finish that sentence? Class basketball is.
Stupid.
Should Indiana go back to no class basketball for
Well,
the
I
state
think
tournament?
they're getting ready to add another class. If I
So they're
read
making
right-
it
read
more
correctly.
classes
Yeah.
on the
It's not
lower
class-
end or the higher end.
higher end. I don't think it's that classy anyway. It takes away a lot of rivalries for section tournament time, and I never have liked it.
Should we follow Kentucky and have two tournaments? So Kentucky has one that's a normal tournament and one specifically for smaller schools that operates outside of in our case would be the IHSAA.
Yeah, I think when your mom and I lived in Kentucky, that's what they did. They had a class tournament for all the small schools, and then those schools also got into the regular tournament.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
You like that?
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good option.
Excuse me. Like,
Good gracious.
yeah, I had cough there. Like one time, the first year when we was there and it happened, it wasn't the first year it happened, but the same two schools that played in the first tournament ended up playing in a state championship tournament, but the opposites were winners.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
that is interesting.
Yeah.
That,
I think it's good for the kids, and it doesn't take away from being part of a tournament. It's just the smaller schools are there in that tournament only, and then at the end of the year they set them up and tournament play like sectional regionals and things of that nature. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I hate class basketball.
yeah. Well, this question was submitted by Evan Elrod, so thanks, Evan, for submitting that question.
You know, it's just like when in high school football one year they had clusters. That's stupid.
There used to be a sign up in one of the towns close to here that just said class basketball is wrong.
It
And
is wrong.
It was up forever. Yeah.
It is wrong.
I think it's easier for the big schools to say that. Not so much the small schools. That's why I like what Kentucky does. That's a pretty good option.
Yeah, so, when class basketball first came about, Tecumseh High School won the first Class A basketball championship. Then they had to turn around and play the 4A champion, which that made no sense. They weren't even so.
Yeah.
But I think I don't like class basketball. I'm just from that day and time.
That's fine.
Class basketball.
That's
just,
fair. That's why I brought it up.
doesn't-
It's an interesting topic.
Just like the GOAT thing. Who's the greatest of all time? Nobody's ever going to know but me and God.
Oh, what your answer is, not what the answer
Yeah.
is.
It's probably the right answer.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you. So, anyway.
All right. Okay, this next question submitted by Darren Wagner. We're going to have him on the show sometime.
Okay.
You know who that is?
Yeah, drummer or something?
No. Remember the DJ at our wedding?
Oh, DJ. Yeah, I thought drummer. DJ, I was thinking. Yeah.
Close. They both have a D in them. Okay. How much money would you pay? This is a good question. How much money would you pay to own the exact chair that Bobby Knight threw across the floor? How much would you pay for that chair?
That just depends.
So here's the concept of asking a question and then getting an answer. Is I ask a question like this, how much money would you pay to own that chair? And you say...
Just depends.
Depends
because
on
I'm
what?
going to make sure I get the exact chair.
Well,
Somebody's going to give me a duplicate.
This is no. This is perfect world, perfect situation. It is the exact chair. It's the one. It's verified. It's the chair. How much would you pay for that chair?
It's $20,000.
Oh, all right. That's pretty high. I mean,
Then I'd probably take it to Bob Knight for him to sign it.
yeah. Is he still alive?
Sure is. Not doing real well health-wise, but he's still alive. Best coach there ever was.
All right.
Nobody's arguing that point, are they?
Well, I mean, I don't want to get into it.
Well, I
but
don't.
He's a good coach. I
Best
mean,
coach
he was
ever
good
was.
basketball coach. Yeah.
I do have a theory
What's the theory?
about 75, 76. Are you ready for this?
No, but go ahead.
No, I'm not going to tell you then.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. I think if IU would have won in 75, if Scott May hadn't broken his arm, they would have won the national championship. That little school up the road, Kentucky beat them. If they would have won, I don't think they would have came back in 76 and played. Because by reading a couple books and stuff, those guys were ready to leave, but they stuck together.
Like
for a
go
mission.
to the NBA or go get a job in
They
finance.
Either or. They just wouldn't come back and play again. And there's many reasons for that, but I'm glad they did come back.
Yeah, that's good. Here's a question. This one's submitted by Andrew Kiefner. Buckle up. I need you to pay attention to this question. And I'm going to put it up on the screen here so you can see it. For you.
Okay.
Does adding powdered... Can you read that?
Does adding powdered milk to milk give you more milk?
Okay. Does adding powdered milk to milk give you more milk, or does it make your milk more milky? Serious question.
Oh, it's serious. All right. It makes it milkier and probably not even worth drinking. Why you add powdered milk to milk?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to answer that?
Yeah, this is what the show's about. You got to answer a question. Otherwise, what are we
Adding
doing?
Powdered milk to milk it makes it more milkier. I don't know, more milky. I don't know.
I think
if
it
that's
makes
even,
it-
I don't even know if that makes it even better.
No, we're not asking if it's going to be better. I think it makes it more milky.
Well,
It's not going to add more
milk.
liquid,
Just makes
'cause
it
you're adding
milky.
powder.
Yeah, you're adding. Yeah.
If anything, it'll get close to a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kiefner.
Okay, are you ready for some more Stanford banned words?
Oh my, yeah.
Now, I will say I need to give an update here. I haven't checked in a couple weeks if the list is still up, but I did see an article a few weeks ago that Stanford had retracted the list.
Did they close?
No, they just said it. Some of it might have been, short-sighted and might have missed the mark. They say a lot of words like that. We may have missed the mark on that, on the delivery, and yeah. And honestly, you're going to find out why here with these two words. Okay. So have you ever heard the phrase, somebody says, hey man, good job, you're killing it?
Hey man, good job, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Means you're doing an excellent job. You're whipping it. You're whipping it. You're overcoming it. Yeah. So they wanted to take that out.
Yeah, doing a good job should not be equated with death. The term could also be triggering if someone close to the recipient actually was killed.
Good job, dude. You're killing him. Yeah, I get that, but
Listen, these things have been around for a long time. This is just a symptom of people being offended by
It's today's
everything.
It's today's people
Yeah.
being offended.
Okay.
It's today's
Today's
people.
people.
Today's people being
Hey,
offended.
put your hand down. People can't see you.
Today's people being offended. I can't take it. I just can't understand that.
Well,
So
listen.
I'm not from
They
here.
retracted the list because it's dumb. Like they have a lot of
Dumb.
which that word was on there, by the way.
Well, who-
Dumb.
You can't say that anymore?
Well, you can now because they retracted the list. Wait till I get to this second one. Killing it's one thing. People say that all the time. You're killing it. Don't do that. Okay.
Okay.
We got another one. Now this
All
one.
right, here we go.
This one's ridiculous, but it's also funny.
That camera should be right there so I can look at it right there. See it right there.
Listen,
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, in the future,
Okay.
we're gonna upgrade and we're gonna get another camera or
Oh, I
two.
didn't say buy another one. I just said move it. Okay, go ahead.
But
and
then
read.
it's only on you.
Well, that's all it needs to be because I know all about that.
Okay, listen. You don't have to stare into their soul the rest of the time. I
Well,
just
you told
wanted
me to look into the camera.
I wanted you to address the camera
Oh.
during our public statement.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, that's Publix. Okay.
It doesn't hurt for you to if you want to look at that screen more, you can. That way they can
Okay.
see your face.
Okay.
Okay.
They can't see the rest of me. They can't see those things around it.
They can. What you're looking at right there, they can see.
They can see the numbers and all that.
No. That's
Just us.
just what's on the camera for the one running the camera.
Oh. Okay. There's
Which
nobody.
is, exactly. It's me. That's why the monitor's here so I can see it.
Okay.
Merciful heavens. Okay. You ready for this word?
Mm-hmm.
Hick.
Oh. That's going
Now you would think, hey, you know what? I appreciate that. Not using the word hick. That's nice because that could be mean, right? This term assumes. Okay. This term assumes that those who come from rural environments
Hello.
are uneducated and or unsophisticated.
Second, not the first.
Okay. Here's what's great about that list of words is they gave a word you can't use. And then they came around and said, here's what you should use instead of that word.
Instead of hick.
Yes.
Okay, what?
Uneducated or unsophisticated.
No, because
Which I think is worse than hick.
Yeah.
Just call me a hick.
Yeah, hick from French lick. I mean, nobody.
Yeah.
Who's
It doesn't even have that good of a ring. Uneducated person from French lick. That
See,
doesn't have a good
they
ring to
evidently
it.
haven't made the French lick from California yet.
All I'm saying-
they ain't made across the lands of the mountains yet and understood anything.
All I'm saying is, if you want to say don't use hick, that's one thing. But then to turn around and say, instead of hick, just say uneducated or
Well,
unsophisticated.
that's even more.
That's
That's worse.
worse. That's
That is
worse.
exactly. That's worse.
Stanford, listen here. That is a
Yeah.
shot. That is
Yeah.
a straight up sucker punch
Yeah.
right there.
So, what do you? I'm going to ask this question. I don't care.
Ask
What
him.
do you ask? What do you call yourself? Non-hick, educated and unsophisticated? Just because the Beverly Hillbillies were filmed out there doesn't mean anything. Okay.
I mean, that statement didn't mean anything because
Yeah, it
of that.
does.
What does it
The
mean?
Beverly Hillbillies, they seem not to be educated and then sophisticated. They moved from the mountains. They got struck that oil and stuff. I know it's a movie, it's a show, but hey,
not
that's
familiar with it.
embarrassing.
I've heard
That's
the name.
embarrassing. That's sad to people because that could be detrimental to their health, their social values and things. Man, that could really just overwhelm them and cause them bad things.
I'm
Don't
laughing.
call me unsophisticated. Don't call me uneducated.
I'm laughing because that was a way more sophisticated response than I expected.
Well, see, you can call me hick. I am sophisticated. All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
You're going to have to do a lot of editing.
No, we're going to leave all this in.
Okay, go ahead.
I might have to edit around the public statement thing, but I'll grab a sip of tea here before we move on.
Yeah,
to the
me
next
too.
segment.
I'll grab a sip of tea. I can't wait to open that napkin.
Well, why don't you go ahead and open a napkin, whatever it is.
You want me to do that on air? Okay. It's my little trick.
You have a trick? Mm-hmm. All right, everyone.
Pay attention. Okay. For years, I've always wanted to do this. I've worked very hard to train this piece of bread for my trick. Now watch carefully. Heel. That's a heel from a loaf of bread. Heel. Get it? Okay. Yeah, okay. There's my trick. That's my trick. Heel. Worked very hard to get that thing trained.
I gotta admit, the setup was really good. I thought we had something coming here.
Sophisticated. Educated. All right, go ahead.
Is that it? You just had the one trick?
That's all I had today.
One trick pony. Let's move into...
One trick pony. I've heard that. You can't say that.
Why not?
Well,
It assumes that you're a horse.
You're putting abbreviations on people. That's all they know.
I think it's an abbreviation.
Well, whatever. That's all they know. One trick pony. All right, go ahead.
Difficult to see. Always in motion is the future.
Who is that?
I don't know.
You don't know who that is? Come on. Who is
Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Good. I don't know. Dr. Hook. I don't know. Can't
that?
think.
I'm gonna make you listen to it one more time. You don't know who this is?
Difficult to see. Always in motion is the future.
No what? No answer?
Val Kilmer and
okay.
Tombstone. I don't know. Dr. Kildare. I don't know.
It's Yoda, man, from Star Wars.
Well, okay. I watched the first Star Wars when it came out in the theater. The very first one. My aunt took us.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Anyways, this next segment that we're getting into
That's that little
is we're just talking about big picture things that involve the future
Okay.
or things that affect the future,
Okay.
which is why I use Yoda talking about the future. Difficult to see. You ready for this?
Is he shaped with like a chocolate twirl with eyes?
Are you talking about the poop emoji? No, he's not.
That reminds me of Yoda.
Okay. Anyways, this is I pulled up this link that I found about this story. This story was submitted by Corey Andre, and it's talking about how the Earth's core is going to stop spinning and go the other direction, or it already has.
It probably has.
You think so?
Yeah, I just look at people today.
But here's the website. There's a ton of ads, so I'm really sorry if you hear some random noises. This website's atrocious. Planet Earth's inner core may have stopped turning and could go into reverse, according to a study published this week. Earth is formed of 3 layers. Dad, what are those 3 layers? One of them's on that piece of bread.
Skin.
Okay.
I don't remember the 3 layers.
The crust,
Crust.
the mantle,
Mantle
and the core.
and core. Crust, mantle, and core. I couldn't remember that. I just want to eat that piece of bread.
Researchers studied seismic waves from repeating earthquakes that have passed through the Earth's inner core over the last 6 decades to infer how fast the inner core is spinning. Okay? How do you feel about that so far?
Did they send somebody down there with a gold camera? You go to the inner core.
A GoPro?
Yeah, and watch it spin.
The study's authors said that they found the inner core's rotation came to a near halt around 2009 and then turned in the opposite direction.
How do they know that?
I don't know. I don't know if I believe this. I also have trouble believing that we didn't just fall apart when that happened. We should probably read more.
Or go through a time warp. We're going one way and also.
Since then, the author said seismic records, which previously changed over time, show little difference. That's crazy.
So it goes the opposite direction of what it was.
Yeah.
And it's changed little.
So what effect does the inner core have on people? There's little to indicate the inner core's rotation has much effect on humans. But both researchers said they believe there are physical links between all Earth's layers, from the inner core to the surface.
I'd be more concerned about the Earth being on a tilted axis than I would anything else.
Yeah, we're tilted right now. So how do you feel about this topic?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, and I'd have to ask her mother because she probably keeps up on that stuff. And
If the Earth's core doesn't have any effect on us in any way, I wonder why
are we
this
studying
was
it?
made. Yeah, why are we
looking at that?
why
Do
and
we
why are
think
we
it's
trying to
gonna-
scare people?
Well, is it for the fact that if something inside there happens, are there going to be more tsunamis and things like that to wipe out Earth
Tsunami.
or whatever? I mean,
Yeah.
is the tide going to change?
I think the tide's connected, apparently, allegedly, to the moon.
Well, yeah, that's true. Your mom tells us that in science class, but I don't know. We're still trying to figure out a way, I think, to get to Mars, and
No, we are. Yeah.
but we're worried about the core. I guess if you think about it, your core is important. Could hold you together.
We need to move on from this topic.
That core is something very
It's starting
important.
to get out of hand.
If it's doing this, then it's building itself steady. You know what I'm saying? It's building itself up where it's tougher, more strength.
You think the core is working out? Getting some core strength?
Get some core
Building
strength.
some core strength.
It's like when you go to Gatlinburg and,
Oh.
you go in that little thing, like the earthquake thing.
Uh-huh.
Remember that? I used to
I'm
say,
going to walk by it,
yeah, I used to say that's okay for people because everybody needs to get a little trimmer.
All right. That's not a bad joke.
I know it's not a bad joke. Somebody make it
In
bad.
these parts, a man's life often depends on a mere scrap of information.
You know what that's from? I think that's from Clint Eastwood, maybe.
I don't think. What one?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Okay. It's time for facts. All right, I've got some facts for us to dive through. One is just a little bit of a thank you fact and to pump us up a little bit.
Pump you up.
Yeah. So the podcast episodes, I'm going to give us some analytics here on the podcast. The podcast episodes, between all the listeners and the viewers on YouTube, we get around 1,000 listeners per episode. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's way more than I ever thought we would have.
Some people don't know must have anything to do.
We have 7,000 subscribers on TikTok,
Wow.
over 3 million views on TikTok,
Wow.
and 2.5 thousand comments on TikTok, which I think is a really cool number,
And I'm not even that good. But okay.
and over 480,000 likes on TikTok.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. And Instagram, we have over 250,000 views. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, so
We're doing good.
yeah, it's way
We're
better.
entertaining.
It's way better than we anticipated, and now we're gonna start taking things to the next level when we start involving sponsors.
Cool.
Okay, here's another fact: human beings can use only a small fraction of Earth's water. Okay, thanks for your participation. Anything to say about that?
Well, what is the Earth's water? Isn't it 75% of the Earth's made up of water or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, we can only
Or
use a small
3/4.
fraction. That's the same. We can only use a small fraction of it. It's just saying there's a lot of water out there, and we can only use a little bit. That's all we're saying. I'm not asking for
We
a
can only use it because it's only good enough to use, or that's all we use.
Well, a lot of it is salt water.
Yeah, well, that's true. The ocean.
I mean, I think that's the whole point of the thing.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
I should have left that one out.
No, that's pretty good.
Okay.
There's a story about a survivor in the ocean years
Uh,
ago.
I have this down as a fact, right? But I'm going to ask it to you as a question, see if you know, because you like spam, right?
Oh, I love spam.
Yeah.
Not the one on computer either.
Yeah.
I like spam.
I don't
you
think
don't
our
have to
viewers.
cook it.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to cook it. Open up and eat it.
The brand name Spam, how do you spell it?
SPAM.
Okay, is a combination of what 2 words?
Spam. I don't know. I don't know that.
It's a combination of what 2 words?
Spam.
No, it's not.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
Pam,
saying,
Pam
like-
and Spa.
Is spa a word? My point is there's 2 words, and then they put them together
Is it
to create Spam,
Is
the
it
word.
Pam and I don't know.
It's spice and ham.
Oh, spice and that's what the spa is. And am. Spice am. Spam. It's pretty good. It's good.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get some not probably eat it. I love it.
This is one of those interesting facts that you probably thought you knew, but actually didn't know. Because there's a lot of people have thought, that Spam was an acronym. You know what an acronym is?
Yes, you put letters. You put words to the letters. Yeah.
And everybody thought that it stood for scientifically processed animal matter or shoulder of pork and ham.
Okay.
But it's
So-
not. It's just a combination of spice and ham. I found that information on the internet.
Spam's good. Oh, on the internet. So that's like the
It's true.
Inquirer. Yeah, it's true.
It's true. There's only one letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state name. What is that letter?
E. Z.
No, it's not Z. It's definitely not E.
B.
No,
C.
no.
N.
Why don't we think of letters that are not as common in words and start there? Like Z was a good. You're on the right track, but Arizona
Oh.
has a Z.
X.
There's Texas and New Mexico.
Yeah, so it got an X in 'em.
Q.
I'm doing it in my mind. I would have got there.
Yeah, I know you would have, but we don't have time for that. People
Oh,
are actually
okay.
watching the show.
Oh, how do you know?
What is the difference? Or not? What
They
is the
can't
difference?
watch it right now while we're doing it.
No, but
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, go ahead.
we put this out pretty much live. I don't change a lot.
Okay.
This episode might be different because we had to make that public service announcement. I don't know if I'm going to leave that in. And if I didn't leave it in, sorry for the non-context
Make sure you get the
comment.
heel trick in.
Yeah, the heel magic show will be in.
Okay, good.
What's the hybrid of a cow and a bison? What's that called? Or
Bi-cow.
or a cow and a buffalo? Like, what's the combination? What's that word called? This is kind of a reverse engineering of what we dealt with Spam.
Milk buff. Cow milk. I don't know what it is.
Beefalo.
Beefalo.
That's real, too. That's not even fake. I thought that was fake. That's real.
Beefalo sounds good.
Beefalo. I don't know.
You know what you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef.
Yep, so got that one right.
So-
Okay, good. We're good there. One throw it in
Okay.
there.
Here's another fact. Maybe. This is actually a comment from a previous episode that someone wrote us a really long comment on Instagram.
Were they
and
nice to us?
They said it as a
Okay, go ahead and read it.
They said it as a fact.
Okay.
This is an official diagnosis from @Connolly on IG, Instagram. It's short. That's slang for
I got
Instagram.
it.
On the mayo sandwich video.
Oh, man. Can't wait till I try it on there.
He really wants to try one of the mayonnaise sandwiches live on the show, and I don't want it around me. It's disgusting. Anyways, this guy watched the show and watched that video online. And he said, this is what early onset dementia looks like. They start forgetting foods they've eaten, foods they like, and what food is called, let alone how to cook any of it, especially old single males. That's when they start reverting to food like this. And he didn't say food, he said SHIT. Okay, it's a family show though, so we're not going to say that word.
An emoji.
Yeah. They eat mayo sandwiches, cheese sandwiches. You eat cheese sandwiches?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do. Cheese and crackers, which I don't understand. That's not weird at all. Cheese and crackers is fine. Pastries, okay. And canned beans over cornbread, which you don't really eat that. Or do you eat that?
I eat canned beans. Sometimes I open up pork and beans, just eat them.
Why?
Just one.
Is there anything that influences that decision?
I just eat them. I used to do it when I was a kid. I do eat pork and beans out of a can. It's okay.
And this guy said, and the beans is only because my dad watches Westerns nonstop. This guy is either a long-lost brother of mine that you guys haven't told me about. It's me in another timeline. Or you have early onset dementia.
I just watch them Westerns. That's how I do it, too.
All of this is you.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is, medically an accurate diagnosis, but this is what this guy's dad is experiencing, who has early onset dementia. I just want to throw that out there. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm just saying keep an eye out.
Well, I'm trying to educate this generation that in order to survive, you may have to turn to Miracle Whip sandwiches, Spam, not cooked, ketchup sandwiches. Oh, sorry.
You keep lowering that somehow.
I don't know. I didn't want to touch it.
I think maybe we should move on.
Baked beans in a can. You're going to have to realize that may be a survival mode.
Oh, I know why the mic's lowering. That sucker's about to come off the front of your head up there.
Oh, it is? Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right. Hang on now. I got to bring it back down. Okay. Sorry for the interruption.
They always told me not to touch the mic, so I'm not touching it.
Okay, here we go.
That worried us a lot. But then a man gets older and he thinks very differently and things get very clear.
I know it, but I can't think of it. I know it.
That's all right. This portion of the show is called Riddle Me This. I got some riddles for you. Ready for them?
I'll try.
All right, here we go. Mississippi has 4 S's and 4 I's. Can you spell that without using S or I? And silence isn't good for a podcast, so I'm going to read the question again. Mississippi has 4 S's and 4 I's. Can you spell that?
Now, see, that's not right because you can't say it has 4 eyes. That's a racist mark.
No,
Mississippi has
it's
4
not.
eyes. I'm
That
telling
has
you
nothing
why.
to do with race.
Okay.
That's just somebody who has glasses.
Okay. Go ahead.
We're going to have to shut this thing down. Can you spell that without using S or I?
I don't think I can.
Yeah. THAT. What's that spell?
That.
Yeah. I asked, can you spell that without using S or I? All right, next question. That's just a warm up.
Go ahead.
All right, there's a 1-story house where everything is yellow. Okay, start picturing it in your mind. The walls are yellow. The doors are yellow. All the furniture is yellow. The house has yellow beds and yellow couches. What color are the stairs?
Yellow.
There's a 1-story house where everything is yellow.
Yellow.
There's a 1-story house where everything is yellow.
Don't need any stairs.
Attaboy. Right. You got it. Yeah. 1 for 2. One more.
All right.
Quit moving the headset to your forehead because
Okay.
it moves the mic down.
Somebody comment on that. Moving the mic.
Yeah.
Tell them to leave me alone.
Okay. Yeah. What 2 words added together? Okay. I didn't know this was going to be a theme in the show. I didn't plan that we're combining words a lot in the show, but it is. What 2 words added together contain the most letters?
Together.
Oh, the word together? No.
Add them together.
What 2 words added together contain the most letters?
Added together.
The most letters. Think about it. Think about what that word means. Letters. Does it have multiple definitions?
Letters. Okay. Together. Letters.
No.
The most letters together. Go ahead and tell me now.
Post office. Because there's a lot of letters. male.
Oh, my son.
This. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, listening and watching. This portion of the show is just for my entertainment. But
Yeah.
guess what? That's it. Show's over.
Show's over.
Show's over.
All right, show's over.
That's the
Well,
whole show. You want to give him an outro?
Hey, we're glad you listened to us today. We hope you enjoy. Come back and join us again for our next episode. Thanks a lot.
But please, don't let me take up any more of your precious time.
Let's go. The show's over anyway.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
How do you feel about that?
Uneducated and unsophisticated.
Well, listen, everybody. We really appreciate you listening and watching. We'll see you in the next episode.
Pretty cool.